Alright, so it's pouring rain, so there's a little background noise. But I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I was going to just save it for the podcast that I co-host, the Pod Shit Nerdcast. But it's been a while. We've had a lot of trouble like getting the podcast done in the past couple of weeks, so I'm just going to go ahead and put this out on the channel. I went and saw The Joker, I think 2 weeks ago now. And I went with my wife, who is not normally a comic book movies person. She's just not into it at all. Other than, she really enjoyed like the Nolan Batman movies. She is a Batman fan. So, she said she was willing to give this one a shot. And she really enjoyed it. So, I was really happy about that. Let me just say, for me personally, first off, I love the movie. Thought it was fucking fantastic. The most incredible thing was Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal. His acting job in this film is incredible. Like, I honestly think he's going to win Best Actor for 2019. It's late in the year, and a lot of times the later movies in the years have a better shot at winning anyway, because it's fresh on people's mind. But other than that, it's just, it may be his best performance of his life. It's fucking incredible. So, let's get into it. I loved the setting of this. I loved that it was set in the late 70s. That's one of my favorite eras for movies to take place in. My favorite settings for a movie is the late 70s, early 80s. I love it. I love it. It's like before technology. TV had a different look. Everyone still had telephones in their house, and we didn't have the internet. And I know you could say the same thing for late 80s, early 90s, but it was just a different feel. The late 70s feel gritty and dark, and that's a perfect setting for an origin film about the Joker. That being said, I thought it was really funny that Robert De Niro was in it. But by the way, spoilers. I'm doing spoilers here. If you haven't seen Joker, what the fuck's wrong with you? It's been out for like almost a month, so go see it. Come back to this video. I thought it was really appropriate that Robert De Niro was in this, because I think the movie was really similar to Taxi Driver. A little bit more obviously, mentally unstable character. It was a little more obvious of mental instability with the character of Arthur, much like De Niro's character in Taxi Driver. But I just saw so many similarities to this. Like, obviously the setting, the character being like a loner and an outcast, and then the fact that he ends up assassinating someone publicly, which is like the whole plan for Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver, is to assassinate this political figure to impress a girl, actually. And I thought it was really appropriate, but that he's the one that gets assassinated in this film. I thought that was really fucking cool. So I think that the people making this movie obviously saw the parallels between this Taxi Driver and De Niro was a really smart choice for that. Let's see, what else? I'm not sure it was necessary to put so much of the Wayne family in this thing. I definitely did not need to see the alley scene. I did not need to see another Batman origin story. They even showed the fucking pearls flying. The pearl necklace breaking and the pearls flying. It's unnecessary at this point. Everyone knows the story. Now, I get it. They're trying to tie this into... And by the way, this is a standalone movie. So that's another reason it doesn't have to have that. It doesn't have to have that. But I like that they included Thomas Wayne in it. I like that you had the whole, like, wondering if Arthur was the illegitimate son of Thomas Wayne. I thought it was really cool. I didn't quite believe it when it was happening, because I'm like, that wouldn't make sense. But it was interesting to go through the story and find out how he finds out what's going on, and that his mother was mentally ill, and it's just really good. Another thing, but like I said, I didn't need to see... You could have even shown a guy following them into the alley and then cut to another scene. You didn't need to show the actual gunshots and the pearls, and that wasn't necessary. Was not necessary at all. So that was one of the drawbacks of this film, is that they included that. That was not necessary. But like I said, I enjoyed the rest of the having Thomas Wayne be like a figurehead for the haves. It's like a really pointing out the haves and have-nots in this film, and Thomas Wayne was like the figurehead for the haves. So I thought that was appropriate. Just didn't need to see the family death. What else? Joaquin Phoenix probably gonna win Best Actor. His extremely fucking thin, gangly look, it made him that much more creepy. It made the Joker seem that much more like, it felt, you know what I mean? Like, it was bordering on Christian Bale in The Machinist. Fucking thin. Not quite, but close. It was pretty fucking sick. Let's see. Now, here's something I'm thinking of. This is like a theory of mine, okay? And it's definitely a plus in the filmmaking here. Now, if this story is mainly from Arthur's perspective, from Joker's perspective, it's not really reliable, right? Kind of like, it's loosely based on The Killing Joke, which was from Joker's perspective, which it made it clear that it was his perspective, so not everything was necessarily true. It was just the story he was telling. And that became evident in this movie, where you find out, like, he's not really dating the girl and shit. It was all in his mind. People weren't really laughing at his jokes and, like, that kind of stuff. What's funny is they don't make it clear what else might have been in his mind. Like, maybe it was all in his mind. Maybe most of this was in his mind. Like, maybe killing the guy wasn't in his mind, but maybe, like, all the clowns and shit, and the uprising, like, that could definitely have been all in his mind. Like, the fact that he had so much support for killing the guys on the subway and shit, like, that could be in his mind. So that's an interesting theory that I kind of had. Like, I heard someone else say it. I don't remember who, a couple of different people online saying it. Like, what else was in his mind? You know what I mean? And I'm thinking, like, maybe all that was in. Maybe it was all in his fucking mind. And that, like, speaks to, like, schizophrenic nature of his illness and stuff. So, like, what if the guys on the train didn't really attack him? Like, what if he killed them just in cold blood? Maybe they were assholes. Maybe not, though. Maybe they were just fucking Wall Street guys. But he imagined that they would do the shit that they did and ended up killing them because of a delusion. Like, could be. Maybe they weren't fucking with that lady. Maybe they didn't start beating on him. Maybe he just killed them. Speaks to his psychosis. So, okay, best scenes in the movie, or at least the ones that stood out to me that I have to mention here. Definitely the talk show scene, obviously. I'm not even going to go into that, but you get it. It's like the climax of the film. Fucking phenomenal. I heard someone say, like, they were trying to say, like, that would never happen, like how long they left the camera rolling. Yeah, they fucking would. Yes, they fucking would, especially in that era. The era where we saw JFK get shot on national television. The era where just shortly after that, you saw Ronald Reagan get shot, and they kept replaying that on TV. They were obsessed with ratings, and they would have definitely kept the cameras rolling as long as something was fucking happening. Yeah, they would cut it off at a certain point, but they'd want to capture that for fucking ratings, if nothing else. When he drops the gun in the children's hospital, oh my god, I almost lost it. I was like, oh shit, he dropped the fucking... And it was hilarious the way he was just like, whoop, and like bent down and picked it up. It was great. One of the funny things that I didn't think about until later when I was thinking back on the film that was really funny to me is when he gets, the very beginning of the movie, he gets beat up by these guys and they steal his sign and break it and shit. And his boss accuses him of stealing the sign, and he's like, his response is hilarious. It's really like dry and like subtle, but he's like, why would I do that? Why would I take the sign? Why would anyone even do that? I just thought it was really funny, kind of like deadpan humor. What else? Oh, the little person scene. Oh my god! Like for one, that scene was like really fucking tense anyway. But then he kills that guy, right? He stabs the guy in the throat and the eye and shit, and like slams his head against the doorway. Gruesome scene, fantastic scene. I love fucking violent films, dude. I love violence in movies. That's just how I am. I fucking love Tarantino. I love fucking violence in films. I think it makes for good filmmaking. But after that, the little person, I can't remember his name, but the little person is there as well, and he's worried that Arthur's going to kill him, and Arthur's like, no, go ahead, you can go. Go ahead, it's fine, I'm not going to hurt you. And he goes, and then he can't reach the fucking chain to unlock the door. He has to ask Arthur to do it for him. But then Arthur just does it for him. It's like, oh, sorry, buddy. Here you go. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. I thought the Joker was fucking fantastic. There are some choices in the movie that I didn't think were necessary, like the Waynes, and I feel like Joaquin Phoenix's acting in this film is better than the actual story itself. The story's good, but the best thing about this movie is Joaquin Phoenix. I would give the story probably a B+. Joaquin Phoenix A fucking triple plus. Like, that's how I would grade it. I can't give this movie an A+, but I can give his performance an A+. Absolutely. So I'd love to hear what you think about it. Let me know in the comments below. If you like videos like this where I talk about movies, TV series, comic books, nerd shit, pop culture, stuff like that, subscribe for more, because that's what I do here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.